This is I don't want to say it's a crucial match because no matter what happens, these two teams know they'll be playing serious November field hockey for postseason play, but you want to get some positive vibes flowing before the postseason tournament.
Oh, absolutely. It's a good warm up going into the postseason. It's kind of a little bit of bragging rights because both teams aren't that far from one another. Lock Haven only being a few miles up the road.
Center pass just about to begin. Lock Haven has won the toss. They will receive the ball first. Lock Haven is going right to left on your monitor with white jerseys and maroon pants and maroon numbers. Bucknell is going left to right on your screen in their orange tops, blue bottoms, and white numbers. Bucknell, they're guided by seventh-year signal caller Jeremy Cook, who's just done an outstanding job in each of his 7 years. He's taken the Bison to the postseason tournament. Meanwhile, Lock Haven, they are guided by 19th-year head coach Pat Rudy, who's done a phenomenal job as Lock Haven made the transition to Division I field hockey in 2004. This ball squirts near the midline and will trickle out. They watered the field before the game so the ball could have a nice roll to it. Maggie Murphy dribbles it up the near sideline and intercepted by Lock Haven. The Bald Eagles lead the all-time series between the Bison 25-6-1. So there is a rich rivalry despite the fact these are two non-conference opponents. And how about the Bucknell field hockey team? They went 6-0 in conference play for the first time in program history. They won the regular season title outright. So congrats to these ladies. It's been a great homecoming weekend thus far, and you want to cap it off in style. Here comes Lock Haven weaving through traffic, centered in the middle, and deflecting this one is Kelsey Muselli. There are two sets of sisters on this team, Kelsey Muselli and Amy Muselli, and Liz Wills and Anna Wills. So good bloodlines for the Bucknell Bison. Obviously, field hockey runs in the family tree. Here's Maggie Murphy, one of the seniors that was honored. Ropes it down the near side. Lock Haven trying to make a play on it. Goes near the out-of-bounds line. Pat, you've been a long-time official. What are some of the things that officials are looking for early on as the tempo begins to get set?
Well, they want to see a nice, clean game, not a lot of physical contest. You can contest the ball, but they don't want to see pushing and shoving and going on. And there you saw the girl put her stick in the air. That's a new rule this year in NC2A hockey, where the girl can lift the stick above her head and pull the ball out of the air as long as it's done and it's not dangerous.
That was Liz Wills who lifted her stick high, and she did an open space, like you alluded to, Pat. Stroke down the near side. This may be the best chance for Lock Haven. If you're unfamiliar with field hockey, we'll play two 35-minute halves, and we'll have about a 10-minute intermission in between. Scoreless early on, about 2.5 minutes in, and swiping this one away is going to be the goaltender, Shannon Keene. Keene has been a rock for Bucknell. She has started now all 17 games for the Bison. She has 11 wins, 5 shutouts, 51 saves on the year. The goaltender for Lock Haven is Elena White, the reigning Atlantic 10 Player of the Week. 4 shutouts in her last 5 games. So one of the better goaltenders, not only in the Atlantic 10, but all of Division I field hockey. So it's going to be tough for Bucknell to get things going early on, especially against a stiff goalie like Elena White. And when you look at these teams here, Pat, Bucknell, they're more of a second-half team. They're outscoring opponents in the second half 19-12. But meanwhile, Lock Haven, they usually get off to fast starts. They're outscoring opponents 25-12 in the first half. And when you get off to a fast start, that just sets the tone for the game, and it gives you a lot of confidence and some margin of error and room to work with.
It does, and but with Bucknell being a second-half team, having a goal scored against them in the first half doesn't get them down because they have that feeling that they're going to come back. I think one of the things we'll see today is both of these teams play a nice passing game. There's not a long ball where you just hit the ball as far as you can and run after it. It's a nice controlled passing game.
Here comes Bucknell driving inside the parabola, but it gets knocked away. And I definitely agree with you, Pat. This is a Bucknell team that is extremely resilient. They have that confidence. They have the intestinal fortitude within themselves, knowing that they're not going to sweat if they get down a goal early.
You just stay calm and play your game and know that you're going to come back, and one goal is not going to hurt you, hopefully.
Good grab by Kelsey Muselli to keep that ball in the center line, but here comes Lock Haven with the charge. Wishing it up is Jenna Felice, the junior from Edicote, New York. One of the rare players in the team not from the Keystone State. Of Lock Haven's 24 players in their roster, 19 of them hail from Pennsylvania. So Coach Pat Rudy's done a nice job of recruiting in-state. And field hockey in Pennsylvania is a very fertile area. A lot of good players in the high school area.
Absolutely. It's, one of the key states with a lot of players. We have a lot of field hockey, but mostly in the central to southern area. Once you get up north, we don't have a lot.
Whack just to the left. So a good break for the Bison as they will set it up just outside the circle. But that was the first shot for either team. It belonged to Lock Haven. Weaving through traffic are the Bison. But here comes Lock Haven trying to drop a set play. As looks like we have a slew of substitutions ready to come in at the next stoppage. Double team in the corner. This is going to be tough to weave out of it. A good defensive play by the Bison to knock that ball away. That was number, I believe, 14, Kirsten Sidner. Hit down the line. This will flow out of bounds. Should be interesting to see if we have any corner plays early on. Those are some of my favorite plays in field hockey, when the players have to grab the mask and stay inside the goal.
That's your best scoring opportunity in the game. Coaches like to see corners. Players like to see corners. So you're right there in the field with the players and the coaches.
Good. We're sharing a brain. That's what we like to see. Well, here comes Lock Haven. Lock Haven, they have not been as good on the road as they have at home. They're 7-2 at home, but just 5-3 on the road. Meanwhile, Bucknell, they've actually been a better road team than they are home team. Bucknell's 8-3 on the road, but just 3-2 at home. More of a sample size on the road. Here comes Kirsten Sidner, using the stick with just one hand. Usually you get better control on the stick if you use two, but I guess she was just using for length purposes to try and stab that with one hand. Sidner into the middle, and a foul is assessed to the Bison. This will set up shop for Lock Haven as they try and get something brewing. 7.5 minutes in, we're scoreless here from Graham Field at home stadium. I am Justin Antweil. Great to have Pat Yeager flanking me by my side. Tremendous, fantastic production crew engineered by Terry Burke. Scott on the replays and graphics. Our great camera crew of Emily, Dan, and Jack as well. And Doug is here too. So we thank you for spending part of your Sunday afternoon with us.